Cyberpunk. Doing this job with Mr. Jefferson Perales. I'm thinking we do side quests up to what? Level 30? I mean, there are a whole bunch of them. Look at them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, 21, it's like 50? No, don't count the rides. Probably 50 more things to do, plus what's on the map of the random things. I don't know if those also count as the gigs and stuff. Side job. Biz that won't make any major headlines. It's a favor, a straightforward task, and chance encounters, which are actually the ones I tend to enjoy, because they tend to have you doing the most work and they have the most critical thinking. All right, let's call this guy. Want to say his name was Joan? No, Perales. Flaming Crotch Man. We should call him too. Do it for Princey. Princey boy. Was watching that episode. It's such a Princey boy. Let's call his wife. See what he thinks of that. You call my wife? You call my wife? Huh? You call my wife? No answer. He said, why's that guy calling you, huh? Why's that guy calling? Maybe she's dead. Oh my god, that'd be an interesting turn of events. I doubt it. Perales. Your motel room. If you don't have the job tracked, you can't call him. So why can't I call his lady? Strange. Maybe I can interact with her in between missions with some... No, but I can't. She just didn't answer.
Jefferson, said you needed something?
I did. Listen, I need your help again. Matters private.
Okay, shoot.
No, not on the holo. Come by. I'll lay it out. Explain it all to you.
Got your back, Jefferson. Not to worry.
Great. We'll see you here then. Remember where?
Of course. Be there in no time.
Am I gonna get there and he's gonna be laid out? All splayed out, and he'll say, what do you think of my new coffee scrub? Smell my skin. Does it smell too much like coffee? I mean, I like coffee, don't get me wrong. But my wife says it reminds her of taking a number 2. So I don't want to smell too much like coffee. What do you think? Get close. Closer. Closer. Are you taking this seriously? They said you were the best. And you don't even want to smell my pores. Look at you. You probably don't even know what pores are. You probably use soap. You probably wash your body with a rag on a stick. Sniff me!
V, we're upstairs.
Thanks.
It's good to see you again.
Something happened?
Come on. Jeff will explain everything.
What could have happened?
He's just about done prepping for the debate. I've rescheduled all his meetings out of the office today. The office meaning here, so nobody will bother us.
Mike,
Bother us
we're
at
talking
doing
about
what,
the cornerstone of my platform.
You'll know
I'm
in
not
a
doing a
minute.
U-turn just because Night Court. No, I'm not sucking anyone's dick just so they can fuck me in the ass! Look, I gotta go. Make the amendments, we'll powwow later. V! Glad you can make it.
Jefferson.
Grab a seat, please. I'll explain why I asked you to come over. We've had a break-in. Not the usual kind, though.
So unusual how?
A couple of days back, dead of night, something wakes me. A noise. I grab my pistol and come out of the bedroom. See a stranger. He looks like he's about to reach for it, so I pull the trigger.
Nail him?
No idea. My head started spinning and I passed out. No trace of him the morning after. I'd like you to find him. Find out what he wanted.
I think she's in on it.
Why me, of all people? Wouldn't rather have a detective look into it?
Prefer to use tried and tested contacts.
Can't blame you.
Former mayor's death? You unraveled that mystery. I trust you'll be able to crack this one as well.
Notify the
We don't want any buzz around this. No attention, whatever.
You know, NCPD's full of people who like the occasional stray eddy.
If we reported a break-in, the media descend on us like a swarm of locusts.
No badges. Gotcha.
Of course, we notified SSI about the incident. Our private security.
What did the intruder look like?
I can't remember much. It was dark. He was wearing some sort of mask. Or was it an implant? Couldn't really get a good look at him.
Elizabeth didn't see him either?
I slept through the whole thing. Election season takes its toll on you.
Intruder take anything? Break anything?
Nothing missing.
I haven't noticed any damage either. Jeff must have scared him off before he could do anything.
Said you, Pat.
That's right. Just after I fired.
What then?
Nothing. I woke up in bed the next morning. Killer headache to boot.
Any idea how you made it back to your bed?
Nope. None. Elizabeth's at a loss too.
Security look into this? Say anything?
This is where things get a little weird.
They claim there's no sign of a break-in or of a shot being fired.
Security cams didn't record anything. Guard outside didn't see or hear anything.
They suggested Jeff must have had a bad dream.
Convenient answer.
Liz gave security the day off so I could call you in.
This security outfit, SSI. Who are they?
Been on the market the last 15 years. They have clients across the city. If memory serves, they came recommended. An acquaintance. You think SSI might be behind this?
That or someone hiding behind SSI.
Weldon Holt? He's my main rival. Fighting for the same seat at the table.
Holt's poll numbers have been dropping.
But it could be anyone, really.
Jeff has many enemies, a lot of them powerful. We could sit here naming names all day.
I see.
That's why I called you, V. I need you to find out what the hell's going on.
Wouldn't mind taking a look around the apartment.
Of course. Liz can give you the tour. Gotta run to a meeting. As soon as you learn anything, let me know.
Could be a really interesting mystery. Definitely a lot of great atmosphere.
Come on, let me show you around.
And it'd be really interesting to see how it ends up based on what the clues were, if those were clues at all.
Behind you.
We can start where Jeff spotted our uninvited guest.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they're both hiding something. Or maybe the security division.
I have to admit, sometimes I get fed up with all of this.
Politics?
So far, we've managed to effectively turn down offers to work with Night Corp, Biotechnica, Arasaka.
So far, you say?
If Jeff can get elected without owing anybody, favors or otherwise, that'd be the real victory. Jeff's office, control room, storage, and flea market crammed into one. This is where Jeff saw our intruder.
And fired at him here.
Right after walking out of the bedroom. At least that's how he remembers it.
Bullet holes. Cocked up. Someone tried to patch up the bullet holes. Assuming neither of you had anything to do with this.
No, of course not.
Bloodstains. Not quite scrubbed clean. Where's the blood from? It yours?
I'm 100% sure it's not ours. Maybe the intruders?
Probably.
So somebody trying to hide it. Follow the blood trail. It's not really a blood trail. I thought that was like a secret compartment because it was a big square. Like a trapdoor.
Wedding pic?
This is where we
Interesting backdrop.
I wanted blue roses, so we ordered a whole truckload.
Blue roses. You sure? Roses in this picture look pretty red to...
Shit. Wanted to
Of course,
crouch.
you're right. They didn't have blue roses, I forgot.
That's strange. Oh, maybe she's she's like, what do you call it? A doppelganger or something, or like a clone.
Notice anything different in here after the break-in?
No, I don't think so. What do you have in mind?
Jeff said he passed out. Anything seem out of the ordinary? The bedding, its arrangement, any signs at all?
As if he was dragged back to bed, you mean? No, I didn't notice anything.
Pretty interesting. The blue roses, red roses.
Iron. This Jeff's?
Mine, actually. But yes, that's the one Jeff used that night.
Oh, is there more blood we can follow over here? Say follow the blood trail. I don't actually see any blood, I just see a bunch of glitches and stuff. Just some visual effects. Maybe you'd think if they wanted me to follow a trail, there'd be some more blood over here, leading the way. This place is so huge. Obviously, they're rich. But it's massive, extra massive. Well.
You're welcome to go up to the roof if you want. I'll wait here.
Sure thing.
Pretty big dildo. You know, what'd be really interesting is if your character didn't say, "Oh, these are red." If you actually had to look yourself and realize from that she was lying, that'd be cool. Because I actually didn't even look at the picture. So, wedding photo. But how cool would that be? And then if you set that precedent in an earlier mission, then the player will realize, oh, I should actually pay attention to everything that I see, instead of the game just telling you. It's like, right now the mission on the screen says, follow the blood trail. Alright, well I didn't see a blood trail, so now I'm thinking I've either missed it, or it's glitched out. I don't want to blame everything on glitches, but you also have to be prepared that things can glitch out. So I guess we'll go back to where that blood was. And she'll say go up to the roof, and we're up to the roof. Alright, so this is where this blood was. Follow the blood trail. So you'd think it would go back to the room, but there's no... Is there a trail this way? Oh, here we go. Computer. I mean, she didn't seem nervous when she's talking to us, other than misremembering the roses on her wedding day. Honey, I really appreciate how much you want to help during your academic break, but I think it's best you stay where you are for now. Everything here is under control. Spend some time focusing on yourself. Enjoy Europe. It's about me becoming a target, so their daughters become a target if I get involved in the campaign. Oh, if I get involved. Okay. To Judy. Yeah. This is just old from what we did before. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's why they brought us on. Interesting. A referral. Firing somebody. And then he has no idea. From Eric to Elizabeth. Okay. Jeff changed his mind about firing Leah Patel. We're in agreement she has to go. The next day when I bring it up, he says he has no idea what I'm talking about. Seems weird. Don't worry about it. Jeff explained everything. The truth is we agreed on slipped his mind. So... Okay, so that could be a thing about this. That she's pulling the strings, she's wiping his memory, or... So who's Leah Patel? What the heck's that? Cleaning supplies here?
Department of Law at Asakaga, Berkeley. Classy. You and Jeff graduate from the same school? Must have been expensive.
We were lucky. On full scholarships, funded by the Knight Foundation. A charity founded by Richard Knight's widow. They helped a lot of underprivileged kids with ambitions.
Interesting. So she knows that. So I wonder, why did she make the mistake about the roses? What would that mean? But she didn't make a mistake about that. So did she like study this stuff and has to learn it? Follow the blood trail. Follow the blood trail. She did say, oh, here we go. Don't mind me. It's an interesting room.
Jesus Christ. Think we're safe putting your security at the top of our list of suspects?
They violated our privacy. Sons of bitches. Under my own roof.
Wonder how long they've been keeping this from you.
Too long. This ends now. I'm not letting any more of those freaks set foot. Ugh. My head.
Something wrong?
Don't worry about me. Do what you have to do.
Connected to the wall-mounted screens. Wonder where else these cables run.
So she's complaining about her head, and she got the thing with the rose wrong. So they got some kind of operation going on with this guy. He's been using stimulants, which has been causing a problem. They know about V coming in. And then they were doing some kind of planned maintenance, they say. Their field agent was shot by the Alpha target and evacuated by the teams. So is he a robot or an android? Or they're, I guess, humans now. If you were doing anything with their brain in this world, would have, you could do maintenance to anybody's mind like that, right? Oh, this probably was another way he could have got in by, when she said, go to the roof. Yeah. The roof's great. Okay, he was asking about... Johnny was talking about the cables. First aid kit. Right.
Use meds. Intruder make a beeline here after Jeff tagged him?
Talking to yourself again?
More and more. Ever since this terrorist started stalking me.
God, it's weird to be so close to the end of the main quest and then do this side quest and have it feel like Johnny just joined rather than spending all this time with you and offering to try to save your life on the end mission. So it just sees them when they're sitting out there. Doesn't look into their Betty buys. Alright, I guess we just follow these cables up to the roof. So I thought that this ladder led to the rooftop because she had hinted, go to the rooftop. And maybe that would just be another way to get down, but we had the strength ability to, you know, clobber it. Just pull it open. Force it open. I don't see any bloody cables out here. Look at this pupper.
Odd. Tech's practically prehistoric, but it doesn't look older than a day.
Saw something like this back in the war. Transmitters. Militech was using them. Short-range UHF. Signal only travels line of sight, but it can't be intercepted.
Line of sight. Let's look around. See if we can't spot where our receiver's camping out.
Oh my god. "74 terabytes a second. Receiver located within 1.5 miles." I think it'd be... Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright, line of sight. And they said it's 1.5 miles. Within 1.5 miles line of sight. Oh, yeah.
Got a Viz on our receiver.
A Viz?
Black Park next to it. Gotta be our winner. Transmitter's within reach of our mystery man. Wonder if Elizabeth has ever seen the car.
So then, her mental problems, well, her forgetfulness, or changing the memory. I wonder if that has to do with maybe she's still human. She's the person that he married, but she's being messed with. Is she dead? There she is, looking upset. You have a couch with chairs in front of him?
There's a transmitter on the roof. Seems to be conveying a signal to a van out front. Know who it might be?
We never set up any transmitter, and I don't know a thing about any van, but my guess is it's SSI's.
Don't really see any other possibility.
So what do we do with the transmitter?
Nothing just yet. Let me check the van first.
I'll wait here. Just don't tell Jeff anything for now, okay?
Sure, whatever. I'll call him once I know something more substantial.
That's fine. Just remember it's the busiest time for Jeff right now. You can always come and talk to me.
Fine, I'll keep that in mind.
You'd think if these guys were doing this kind of an operation on such a high-profile person, that they would have some kind of like remote link with those computers there, so they could check and they'd be watching us blow their cover. But if you want to kayfabe it, I think you could also say, to avoid being detected, everything is done physically, right? That's why they have the wires. That's why it's the short-range transmitter. maybe they would have like security built into this room or entire building because he's an important person and a rich person. So they would be able to detect anything like that. So I like that. I like that the way that it's hidden and the way that they use the physical stuff, and the way that they use this old tech to send a short burst that can't be detected. I think it's a really cool explanation of it. I'm so curious as to what did it mean that she misremembered that, and what are they doing to them? I mean, she talked about these other corporations trying to get them on their side, and that they haven't given in to them. So obviously they're very motivated to try and get something on them. Yes, Johnny?
How about we take the wheels, V? That van could give us the slip any second.
Okay, good idea. Good idea, John boy. Is there gonna be anybody in the van since there's nobody working in the apartment today? I don't know. They're very generous with collision on the motorbikes. There's so many times I think, oh, I could have clipped that and they could have sent me packing. Better go, there's someone there. What the fuck? It was a holographic door? How deep does this go?
Oh, now you're interested.
We could expose a Corpo conspiracy here, V. I'm telling you. They could be Corpo's spies, or who the fuck knows what.
Yet, you wonder, Keanu Reeves as this V character, he's not quite like in that message that they claim is allegedly leaked by CD Projekt Red. Fuck. Lower level
if you don't pick up the pace.
Developer. They had said that originally they wrote the Johnny character to be more of like a real loose cannon, sort of crazy guy on the edge. I forget who they compared him to, but Keanu Reeves is obviously going to be way more subtle. But then when you think about his character being, he does hate the corporations, he's drinks like crazy, gets tattoos, he gets the job done, but the way that he does it is very sort of like wild and rock and roll. If he was in a cop movie, the leader of the police station would definitely be demanding for his badge and gun, right? And he's just so calm, right?
Curated display, but behind the scenes it's all-out war. Citizens don't choose their representatives.
Then who?
The key players, string pullers. They spy on all the paralysis, look for weak spots, blackmail, rig elections.
Shit. They're taking us into Northside. It's Cannon well, Johnny.
Whereas I think Keanu Reeves is really good as a protagonist who's learning things because he can be kind of so deadpan and so dry. He's a really good audience surrogate. But him as the sort of wacko person, as the colorful side piece, that's where it gets out of his wheelhouse, right? Hello everybody. Hello everybody. Wah.
Get it together!
Why can I? What the? All right, it's not pulling out my fists. There we go. Oh boy. All right. Let's reanalyze the situation here.
I'll make you pay!
Oh, 5,600. 1400.
Hey, you trying to get me killed?
Oh, blew his arm off. It's fun. Alright, let's put these big legs to the test. Oh yeah! Big charged up one. It's fun. Who's frying me? Can we chuck a grenade into there? Nope. Nope. Yes, maybe? I can't tell. Don't touch me. Get off! Get off! I'm sure that Van has plenty of time to get away with how long it's taking me to deal with these freaks.
Come on out, you little chicken shit!
But maybe they got a lot of loyalty in there. They're helping them defend it. That might have been them going up the ladder. Ah! The second time he's a bit more stealth, and I was running around and jumping and punching the cameras. Eventually they caught me and I had to clear them all out, but a bit easier when there's about half of them and I didn't just walk out to the middle. Hostile area. I'm pretty curious about this story, actually.
Pierced it, we're in.
Couldn't ask the NCPD for better records than this.
Pictures, medical records. Vulnerability to neuroplasticity.
Memory loss severe.
Some kind of database.
Both of them.
Brain scans, the paralysis, biological casts, neuroplasticity.
Fuck. What about that? The blue shit.
Fresh neural links. They're not spying on them, Johnny. They're fucking with their heads.
Mean to say someone's literally controlling our upstanding politicians' minds?
Red blots are memory residue in the hippocampus region. See how they're bleeding into the blue?
So what are we looking at?
They're planting new memories in their heads, modifying their personalities. This is big shit, Johnny.
Fuck me.
Got other guinea pigs besides
thanks.
the paralysis, too.
Quick, download the data. Whoever comes looking for it, that's your suspect.
Shit! They're wiping the data. We've been made. Now they know someone's been in their database.
We've been
Wonder if they
made.
also know who.
They should have just exploded this terminal right in our face.
V, do you have any news?
Do we?
Gonna want to sit down for this. It's way bigger than we thought.
What is?
You're being brainwashed. Literally. They've scanned your minds and now using some kind of conditioning to...
Wait, not on the holo.
Right. I'll come by.
No. You and we need to speak alone. I know a little ramen place in Japantown. Sending you the coordinates.
Right. See you there.
But how can we trust her? She's been made. And so have we. Let's find out.
Johnny? Pretty sure they turned your great spot into a slurp shop.
Mindless fucking
Will you sit?
consumerism
Thank
wins
you for
the
coming.
day again.
Point for the other team.
This is why you don't bring back fallen warriors.
Alright, let's let him finish his thing off
Sooner or
before we
later, they're
get
gonna
them
see
overlapping.
everything they fought for is turned to shit.
Why are we meeting here and not...
Because I have something to confess. In private. Not in front of Jeff.
Okay. Confess away.
I'm sorry. My nerves are shot. I can't gather my thoughts.
Wasn't that long ago we last met. Something happened since then?
No, I mean... Something did happen, though not recently. It's a long story. I don't quite know how to tell you. Where to even start?
Relax.
His personality, he seemed to be changing right in front of me. Becoming someone else.
How so?
He stopped reading, forgot the title of his favorite movie. Even his musical taste changed overnight. Once, I said we should visit his brother's grave, and he told me that he'd been an only child. That's when I started thinking something bad was happening. Something insidious. And not just with Jeff.
Notice any changes in yourself?
After some time, on several occasions, my friends pointed out that I was acting strangely.
Oh, that must have been hard.
It was. You know, it's at times like those you start to question reality.
So the whole time you knew what I could end up finding?
I don't know who, how, or why, but they're changing us. That concealed room in our apartment?
What about it?
I'm sure I'd seen it before, but must have somehow forgotten. I find that terrifying.
Mentioned any...
I tried. I did. But he's blinded to everything. He just laughed, said I was imagining things.
What an idiot.
He once brought up a vacation that we never went on. Swear to God. He went on about it in such detail, I almost started believing him.
Could be just you who forgot. Maybe they just wiped the trip from your memory.
Hell, I don't know anymore. Don't you get that?
Yes, we get that. You're the one that's not understanding it. Because it's all very clear.
Haven't told me the whole story yet, have you?
I saw a stranger in our apartment one night tinkering with the monitors. But I was in such a state by then that I didn't know if I could trust my own eyes.
So, you didn't do anything?
I don't remember what happened. I talked to security the next morning.
Let me guess.
The guy just shrugged and said I must have dreamt it. He showed me the recording, of course. I felt like a lunatic. And then, the next day, I got a call.
Who was it?
Them. Whoever they are. There was a garbled voice at their end. He never introduced himself.
And? Cut some kind of deal with them?
No. I was told that our perfect lives could fall apart at any minute. That I have my husband's safety to think about. After, there was no record of the call. It was as if it had never happened. So I'm begging you, V. Jefferson can't find out about any of this. Ever. His life depends on it.
But damn it, Elizabeth, you gonna ignore this? Somebody poking around in your heads.
You just move.
What choice do I have? To get myself killed? Or see my husband dragged away from me?
Asking me to lie to my employer?
I'm going to tell Jeff that SSI was spying for his rival, Holt. You just need to confirm what I say.
And if I'm not on board?
You have a choice. Just remember, any consequences will not be yours to deal with.
Truly prepared to fire SSI? After the threats? It'd be brave, but risky as all get out.
What they're doing to us is one thing, but when you found that
Let's all
concealed
get
room,
out.
I can't accept strangers spying on us while we sleep. Not under my own roof.
What
So she doesn't want to risk having them do something to her or Jeff. So she's going to go along with it, but we're also going to fire the security? So is her firing the security but not going any further away to play, to do what they're asking her to do? I don't understand.
Difference does it make where?
I'll take full responsibility for anything SSI goes on to do. I'm just asking you...
Okay, so she wants to get rid of them but not get Jeff involved?
to get Jefferson involved. I'll add a meeting in Reconciliation Park to Jeff's schedule. He'll be waiting. Since I can't know if I'll remember this conversation tomorrow, I'm counting on you not to forget what I asked of you.
I won't. But that's all I can promise.
Goodbye, V.
I feel like this could be a really interesting choice.
Whole thing's fucked up, huh? Wouldn't want to be in her pants.
Yeah, you would.
Speaking of, overlapping memories, changing personalities. Remind you of anything? But hey, at least we know what we're up against.
It's a good thing you don't have much of a personality.
So, in my pants, what would you do?
Some real
That's a good
rat
line.
bastards behind this. Someone's got to take them down.
Even by risking the paralysis lives?
Fuck knows what kind of shit a mayor controlled by puppet masters could pull. But yeah, you could end up putting their lives at risk.
I think it's a pretty easy choice. You're gonna let them be mind-controlled and lose their lives? That's no life at all. I really don't understand why she is... I get it. She wants to preserve her husband's safety. Like, I totally get that part of it. It was more of the bit where she's going, I'll fire them, but don't tell. It's like, I just feel like you're trying to do both. You know? While we're here, get some cyberware. Here we are.
Yeah?
It doesn't matter what you tell me. It doesn't matter what you think of doing or do. You can't change anything.
What?
We know who you are. We know what you are. We know what you want. You are playing with fire. Don't dare cross the line.
That's pretty cool. So they have the power to black you out and bring you to your knees?
Fuck.
It would be funny if you do cross them and it just goes game over. Save deleted. We told you. And then every time you ever turn on your PS4, that voice comes on. We know what you did, and it just turns your PS4 off. But I have an Xbox! Ha ha ha! We knew that too. I'm doing it. I'm not scared.
Hello, V.
Hi.
Need to talk.
Jefferson, even though you're just a scumbag
Yes,
politician,
I know.
I feel like you're a politician
Elizabeth
who's trying to
told me.
be a good politician.
Sounds like I was right to hire a professional.
Elizabeth, what did she tell you
Those
exactly?
lips.
Didn't get specific. Just that SSI was spying for that son of a bitch Holt. Guess you got more, though.
SSI wasn't working for Holt. You're in deeper shit than you think.
Meaning?
They're in your heads, Jefferson. Yours and Elizabeth's.
This some kind of chuckle-worthy metaphor?
Strange dreams, partial recall, jumbled memories. It's not just stress and long hours.
I don't know what you're trying to tell me, but I don't think I like where this is heading.
Wake up! Your brain's a mess. Messier than the discount section of a beady smut hut.
I'm not paying you to make up riddles for me, so get to the point.
SSI's on the take of some unknown group that's out to control your lives. Somebody's programming you and your wife.
Sounds like something out of the movies.
Saw your brain
In a world like
tweaking
this.
your neural connections. This ain't no movie, Jeff. Been at it for a while with you and Liz. Editing your memories.
This guy's so
and tastes.
casual.
Your
Man.
views and beliefs even.
It's like a movie.
How could I not have known about this?
How couldn't I know?
Your memories. Can't even trust those.
I mean, it would be very surreal to hear. She figured it out.
If that's true,
I'll never know what's real in my life and what's a lie, fabricated.
Mr. Stark can save marriage.
The intruder. I have to find him.
Got no idea how we go about doing that.
First, I'll find him. Then I'll find whoever's behind this. Pull the curtain back on these motherfuckers and show them what's what.
Could show their hand if you're patient. Wait long enough. Or use your mayoral powers if you get elected. Long as you don't forget all this by morning.
Sun Tzu's art of war. Feign weakness, so your enemy may grow arrogant.
Don't see you doing much feigning, Jeff.
Don't be fooled by foreign
My God. I have to tell Liz.
trust in Silver Night City, only on N54 News.
Is there any...
You've done enough already, V.
So what now?
Well, I'm not about to give up. I didn't run just to... I'll wait for my window, an opportunity, then make my move.
Wow, I
Isn't
didn't
that
think it was going to
exactly
go
what
to
they
another section.
Well, I'll give them more than they bargained for. Yeah, same with your Eddies. Take care, V.
Good luck.
Well, let's see what happens here.
So, thoughts?
Well, they didn't do anything to us like they
Somehow
threatened.
I doubt it's people who are behind this.
So aliens?
Very funny. You're too young to remember this, but not so long ago, people talked about rogue AIs prowling cyberspace.
So, not aliens.
Doesn't matter who. What matters is that guy decided to take up the gauntlet. My man.
But we don't get the conclusion. I want to know what happens, man. Can I trigger it somehow? No, I'll probably have to wait. River, Stefan, Judy and the dolls. That could be a fun one. Interesting. Probably won't pick up like last time. Interesting. What'll happen? Find out next time. Let me know what you think. That's my thoughts on it after today's sesh. Pretty nice writing. Slightly disappointing the way you went about accessing the mission. Not accessing the mission, but doing it. I think there were so many things they could have done in that mission that would have had you figure it out. Like her constantly misremembering things, both of them, and you having to look around the environment and see, and then once you've looked at something that has, say, the red roses, and she said it was blue roses, then it opens up the dialogue to ask. That would have been really fun. I would have felt really smart for figuring it out. But it's more handholdy. Although I appreciate the story, I still feel like I'm mostly along for the ride. Although we are able to make some choices about it. But we didn't have any consequence yet. So it's going on for because we dealt with them once before, and then we came in here. So same characters. This is the first mission of a second piece, but usually they don't go on this long. So interesting. I wonder what's going to happen. We could have missed all this if I would have just finished off the final quest. But I think when you finish a final quest, it does the Breath of the Wild thing where it just saves your game right before the point of no return, and then you can go and just bang off all the side missions and gigs. So I really wish that I would have got the jumping legs a lot earlier. I think that's the first thing anyone should get in this game, is get the ability to either double jump or charge jump. And I would pick the charge jump, because apparently you can get a lot more verticality, and I'm able to just access so many more things. Finding the that dish that's old tech but is not traceable was really interesting. That was a nice piece of writing. And then having to actually look at the dish and look out yourself and find out where it's interacting with. I mean, you do just hold the scan button, and it's the only thing that's shimmering. But it's interesting, when I was reading about that online, that mission, there were so many people that were like, I never would have looked out there. Oh. It literally tells you that. It's directional point, and all you gotta do is just hold the scan button and look. But the yellow indicator on the map thing up there in the top right corner, that actually points you back towards the apartment. And I think when you play these games, they're so dependent on the mini-map that you follow it to a fault. So that can lead you astray. And that's an instance where it does that. So more stuff like that, where you are having to actually look in the environment for the answer. How great is that? And not just scanning and following a trail, but actually looking. I mean, and that was just so simple. It's within 1.5 miles. Johnny tells you it's directional, and then you look. Fun. It's fun and satisfying. But we'll always have Night City, won't we? And the style. The atmosphere. It's all there. When it doesn't break. So yeah, pretty good episode of it. I think I'm missing my window of returning this and getting the $50 back. But I'm in an area where we have like a big curfew, so I don't know if I even can. If I'll be able to get back to there in time. Anyways, let me know what you thought. Bye bye.